I have a few questions for you guys. Would you like a vehicle that is inherently large, is massive? I mean, look at the fucking thing. Has multiple failures from the automotive industry built into its design, and that is also $55,000. Well, if you answered yes to any of those three questions, it doesn't matter if it's one or two or three of those questions, this is the vehicle for you. Hello YouTube, my name is Jon Smidt, and today I'm joined by the insanely expensive, massively large Audi A6 from 2020. Yes, this is a 2020 year model, and I'm going to show you what I like about it and also what I really don't. Anyway, special thanks to my friend Daniel in Audi of Kirkwood, Missouri for letting me use their vehicle and make fun of it. If you like the content here, be sure to smash that like button as well as subscribe to my channel because it really does help me out a lot. Anyways, let's jump into it. Starting off, I don't care if you have hyper-continual brain freeze disorder. If you can't agree that this is one of the best front ends from any vehicle ever, then there's something seriously wrong with you. But there's also something seriously wrong with this design here. You see this dirt just dripping down the front end? Well, I don't know if it's dirt or engine dust or grime or whatnot, but there's a design flaw where it picks up dirt and crap from the road, sucks it into the engine, and then somehow regurgitates it through a tiny little gap between the headlight and the body panel. Right here, you can see the drippage down here. It really doesn't come off easily. You really have to rub at it quite a bit. And I just took this through the car wash not 30 minutes ago, and it's there. In white, it looks terrible. In black, I'm sure it looks fine. In gray, I'm sure you won't even notice it. But in white, whew. Anyways, I still don't think it detracts too much from the overall front end appearance. It's sexy, sleek, luxurious, and sporty all at the same time. Same thing goes for this back end. It looks great. Look at this taillight. Look at how it just whoosh. It's like Tron almost, how it goes from the very half end part here of the trunk all the way to about a foot, maybe about, no, maybe not a foot, maybe about 8 inches offset from the Audi logo. It looks great. It really does. Favorite part of the vehicle? These exhaust tips. Look at them. They're massive and uh-oh. That's not good. We'll get to that later. Given this is the newest Audi, it has a plethora of infotainment / technology in the inside and, to be honest, the outside. We have keyless entry. We can just get in, sit down, foot on the brake, start the engine, put the parking brake off, of course, and we're off to the races. It's not until you're in the driver's seat of this vehicle until you realize how luxurious it actually is. The whole wheel is soft touch here, soft touch on the dash. Of course, you have leather, you have nice wood here, chrome bits, all metal all around, piano black. You have an infotainment system that just wants you to touch it and play with it and just have a whole bunch of fun with it. I mean, it's honestly, it's impressive for how much you're getting here. Of course, have a wireless charger for your phone there, ample storage, ample room up front for your passenger, and even your rear passengers for that matter too. Plenty of room to spread out, sprawl out, whatever, because this is, again, a very large vehicle. Compared to the other vehicles I've had on this channel, such as the Fiat 500 Abarth, the 124 Spider, the Audi A3 from 2006, this vehicle is much larger than all of those, and it shows, especially when driving it. Now, something else to note when driving it is how quiet it is. It's absurdly quiet. You have no noise whatsoever from the engine, from the exhaust system, from the car, no road noise, no wind noise, nothing. The loudest thing, in fact, when driving at about 60 miles an hour is right here, the thermostat control. The HVAC system is the loudest thing, which honestly I find quite sad because you're in a vehicle. I like my vehicles to make some noise so you know the engine is on for that matter. This you really almost can't even tell, which it's crazy. Now, everything's not Candyland here. There are some things that are just absolutely absurd with this vehicle. One of which, again, this infotainment system. Why is everything controlled with a touchscreen and taptic feedback? I mean, everything. Everything is. From the thermostat control to, your music, of course, your map that you have. And again, this car, you have not one, but you have 2 maps. There we go. Check that out. We have a map here, and we can also get one for our passengers. So we have 2 concurrent maps running at the same time, as well as our glass touch infotainment system here. Honestly, it's kind of absurd, but the absurdity doesn't stop there. Like I mentioned earlier, the other crazy thing about this vehicle is when we get out all the way, come around to the back. It's honestly a shame how these aren't even real exhaust tips. They are fake. You can knock it right there and there's nothing. It's just a plastic panel, and it goes for both of them. The exhaust itself is something you actually have to look for, and it's hidden right underneath here. There's one exhaust, and the other is parallel on the other side, right down yonder. You have cats up the wazoo, as well as mufflers up the wazoo, more than one of each type. I believe there's 2 cats on the bottom underside here. It'd be easier to tell if everything wasn't covered up, but hey, it's the way it is nowadays. Now, stepping back inside, I have to admit, I did notice there is something insanely cool with this vehicle. Once inside, if we hit this button right here, this is the coolest button in the entire car, because not only do you have a front and rear facing camera that you can easily access right here, you also have a whole bunch of other features such as side camera, a wide angle front camera. There is a top view camera, which honestly I think is super, super cool. You have another one up here if you want to reference that. You have a rear facing camera, rear wide angle facing camera. You have a side to side, so you can see what's directly to the left and right of your vehicle, as well as from the front and back. I mean, if you can't tell me that that's not cool at all, then there's a serious problem, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is amazing. That's so cool. It's like, I think the Tesla has this, and it looks like Audi now has it too, but a seriously interesting, cool feature. Driving this car around is honestly insane because there's no road noise at all. You literally don't hear anything. It's so quiet, and if you had the slightest bit of noise on, any bit of music on rather, then you won't even be able to tell the car's in motion, honestly. And this is like a sleeper car, like not one that's insanely fast. I mean, it is quick, but sleeper as in you can fall asleep behind the wheel quite easily. Probably the easiest of any vehicle, in my opinion, just because how limited the noise is inside. I mean, seriously. But if we give it a little bit of gas, she gets up and goes quite quickly. Very good acceleration. Braking again, also on point. Exactly what you expect for a modern luxury, somewhat of a sports car. Speaking of sport features, we do have, of course, our manual gear selector down here on the gear selector switch, as well as paddle shifters that we can utilize behind the wheel if we really choose to do so. So again, interesting features nonetheless. I firmly believe the automotive industry as a whole is just headed in the wrong direction by putting way too much technology in vehicles, by putting sensors up the wazoo, by driving the price up with luxury materials everywhere. Yes, I know this is a luxury vehicle, and yes, you're paying for it. This is intended for its demographic, but I'm saying generally, just overall, why are vehicles becoming so much more expensive? Why is reliability tanking? And then when you really think about it, you know the answer to those two questions. It's because of these features that are included that we really don't need. We need more enthusiast level cars, ones that will do one thing great, but maybe not so much the other thing. For example, a Mustang, what's it good at? It's good at going fast, really fast for that matter, in a straight line. Therefore, it has a large engine, luxury features, maybe not the best, but that vehicle, you can get one for about $30,000, even 25-ish for a V6 model. You don't really necessarily need the V8 unless you're really trying to book it, but still, a car like that, that's reasonable. $55,000 for this car, I mean, it is what it is, but seriously? Not too long ago, Daniel had an A5 that he was driving from the dealership. I didn't have, a whole lot of time to review that one, but that vehicle, it had an i4 engine in it. It had all these features. It wasn't really that quick, and it was a $60,000 car. $60,000 for a vehicle. I mean, I find that absolutely absurd, but hey, I guess if people are willing to pay for it, I mean, it is what it is, right? Anyways, I want to hear what you guys think in the comments section below. Let me know if you think I'm crazy just ranting off, or you think I have a point here. So, do I recommend this vehicle? Be perfectly honest, I don't know. It's kind of a tricky decision to make because you're paying $55,000, $60,000 after taxes and title and fee and all that crap, registration too. To be perfectly honest, you can get a 2020 Audi A6 for this price, which I think is an immensely better vehicle, especially for someone who enjoys vehicles. But you just want a luxury vehicle that gets you to point A to point B the quietest, most comfortable way humanly possible. This is a good contender. So tell me, do you guys think this is a good idea for what you're getting, or do you think it's far overpriced for what it is? Tell me in the comment section below, because I'd love to hear.